Success, growth, and personal transformation are rarely the result of sudden breakthroughs, big leaps, or extraordinary luck. Instead, they are the result of small, consistent actions performed daily, actions that at first seem insignificant but compound over time to produce extraordinary outcomes. Becoming unstoppable is not about waiting for motivation to strike or for circumstances to align perfectly. It is about creating momentum through habits so consistent and so deliberate that they shape not only your actions but your mindset, your energy, and your identity. Every day presents an infinite number of choices, and the decisions you make, even the smallest ones, determine whether you move toward your goals or drift aimlessly. Even something as seemingly trivial as waking up a few minutes earlier can have a profound impact. Those extra minutes are not just time, they are a declaration that you are in control, that you are prioritizing your growth, and that you are willing to do what others may neglect. Starting the day intentionally by visualizing your goals, affirming your purpose, and planning even one actionable step sets a tone that resonates throughout the day. Making your bed, tidying a space, or jotting down priorities may appear mundane, but they are the building blocks of momentum. Each small accomplishment releases energy, fosters confidence, and sends a message to your brain that progress is possible, achievable, and repeatable. Continuous learning is another habit that fuels unstoppable momentum. Even a few pages of reading a day, listening to a short podcast, or reflecting on lessons learned can compound into mastery over months and years. The key is consistency, not intensity. Learning does not require drastic effort. It requires repetition, reflection, and curiosity. Every mistake becomes a lesson, every failure an opportunity for insight. By embracing this mindset, even setbacks transform into forward movement. Physical and mental health also play a critical role in building unstoppable energy. Tiny daily actions, like walking for 20 minutes, stretching, practicing mindfulness, or eating slightly healthier choices, accumulate into energy, resilience, and focus. Hydration, sleep, and nutrient-rich foods strengthen both mind and body, allowing you to tackle challenges with clarity and vigor. Mental resilience is built through daily exercises, positive self-talk, reframing setbacks, reflecting on wins and failures, and practicing gratitude. By consistently stepping slightly outside your comfort zone, you train courage, expand capacity, and reduce fear. Fear becomes a tool rather than a barrier. Discomfort becomes a teacher, and obstacles become opportunities. Gratitude is a deceptively small habit that produces profound effects. By taking moments each day to notice what you are thankful for, whether in a journal, a brief reflection, or a shared message, you cultivate optimism, emotional stability, and a mindset oriented toward abundance rather than scarcity. Gratitude reshapes the brain, enabling you to perceive challenges as manageable, to celebrate small victories, and to sustain motivation through adversity. Managing time efficiently is another critical habit that separates the unstoppable from the ordinary. Planning the day, identifying priorities, batching similar tasks, and minimizing distractions ensures that every minute is aligned with meaningful action. Even small adjustments, such as setting a 5-minute timer for focused work or deliberately avoiding social media for short periods, compound into significant productivity gains over weeks and months. Surrounding yourself with positivity amplifies every other habit. The people, environments, and media you engage with affect your mindset more than you may realize. Choosing supportive, inspiring, and growth-oriented individuals, limiting exposure to negativity, and seeking guidance from mentors or role models creates an ecosystem that nurtures progress and sustains motivation. Micro-actions like asking a mentor a question, offering encouragement, or sharing knowledge can spark ripple effects, opening doors and opportunities that may have seemed invisible before. Achieving big goals requires breaking them into manageable daily steps. Micro tasks performed consistently build momentum that grows exponentially. Whether writing a paragraph, completing a call, learning a skill, or reaching out to a connection, these small acts accumulate into unstoppable progress. Tracking progress, celebrating minor victories, and maintaining consistency, even when results are slow to appear, ensures that the process remains sustainable and motivating. Mindfulness and focus are critical to maximizing the effectiveness of these habits. Taking a few minutes for meditation, single tasking on projects, or periodically disconnecting from digital distractions restores clarity, sharpens attention, and allows energy to be applied deliberately. Mindfulness ensures that your actions are intentional rather than automatic, that your energy is directed toward growth rather than consumed by chaos or distraction. Generosity and service to others are additional small habits with immense influence. Acts of kindness, mentoring, volunteering, sharing knowledge, and simply supporting those around you reinforce purpose, fulfillment, and resilience. Even minor gestures repeated consistently create positive energy that not only benefits others, but feeds your own motivation and reinforces your unstoppable mindset. Continuous reflection, review, and adjustment keep progress on track. Weekly or daily reflections allow you to assess what is working, identify areas of improvement, and make small corrections before problems compound. Celebrating incremental progress reinforces momentum and builds confidence. Over time, the cumulative effect of these habits is extraordinary. Each small action, waking early, learning daily, prioritizing health, cultivating resilience, practicing gratitude, managing time, surrounding yourself with positivity, taking micro actions, practicing mindfulness, giving back, and reflecting consistently, compounds with others to create unstoppable momentum. Ordinary routines, performed consistently with intention, become the engine for extraordinary success, energy, and personal transformation. The journey toward becoming unstoppable begins with one small habit, repeated daily. Starting today, committing to a single positive action and layering more habits over time generates a trajectory that eventually becomes self-sustaining. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. What seemed impossible becomes inevitable. Even when progress is invisible, each choice contributes to mindset, skill, and resilience, shaping you into someone capable of achieving, enduring, and excelling. Small habits are deceptively powerful. Individually, they may appear insignificant, but together, over time, they transform ordinary life into extraordinary achievement. They create energy, focus, confidence, and mastery that cannot be achieved through sporadic effort or sudden bursts of motivation. By embracing small habits, maintaining discipline, nurturing health, learning relentlessly, practicing mindfulness, giving back, and reflecting consistently, you cultivate unstoppable momentum that propels you toward your highest potential. The compounding effect of these actions is the secret to becoming truly unstoppable, turning dreams into reality, challenges into opportunities, and potential into tangible achievement. Persistence, consistency, and belief in the power of small, deliberate steps create results far greater than talent or luck alone. Each day, even minor choices, how you spend your time, what you learn, how you treat others, how you care for your mind and body, shapes the trajectory of your life. Over time, these decisions compound, forming a foundation for unstoppable growth. The power of small habits is that they are accessible to everyone. You do not need extraordinary circumstances, wealth, or innate talent. All it requires is awareness, intention, and consistency. The results may not appear immediately, but the compounding effect is relentless. By starting with small, achievable habits today and consistently building upon them, you set into motion forces that eventually make extraordinary achievement inevitable. Becoming unstoppable is not about perfection. It is about persistence, reflection, and incremental improvement. Small daily improvements, whether in mindset, knowledge, health, relationships, or discipline, compound into mastery and momentum. Every action reinforces the next. Every habit strengthens the others. And the cumulative impact produces a life that once may have seemed out of reach. It is in these repeated, intentional actions that true transformation occurs. And by embracing this process, anyone can harness the compounding power of small habits to create a life of relentless growth, energy, and fulfillment. Small habits are the engine of unstoppable success, and through them, ordinary individuals achieve extraordinary outcomes, overcoming obstacles, mastering challenges, and turning dreams into reality. By committing to small daily steps, maintaining focus and awareness, and layering actions over time, the unstoppable life becomes not just possible, but inevitable. The journey requires patience, discipline, and faith in the process, but the results compound in ways that no single giant leap ever could, proving that small habits consistently executed hold the power to make anyone truly unstoppable. Success, growth, and personal transformation rarely happen through sudden, dramatic changes or extraordinary luck. Instead, they are the result of small, consistent habits carried out daily, actions that might seem minor but, over time, compound into extraordinary results. Becoming unstoppable is not about waiting for perfect circumstances or one giant moment of inspiration. It is about creating momentum through daily habits that shape your mindset, energy, and identity. Every day, every hour, and every choice matters. Even waking up just a little earlier than usual can create a profound shift in your life. Those extra minutes are not simply time. They are a declaration that you are taking control, prioritizing your growth, and building discipline. Starting the day intentionally by visualizing goals, affirming purpose, and planning small actionable steps establishes a tone that carries through the rest of the day. Completing seemingly trivial tasks like making your bed, tidying your workspace, or listing your top priorities may appear minor, but these small victories create momentum, release energy, and foster a sense of accomplishment that compounds throughout the day. Continuous learning is a defining habit of unstoppable individuals. Even reading a few pages of a book, listening to an insightful podcast, or reflecting on lessons from the day can, over time, build expertise, wisdom, and confidence. Small, consistent learning habits accumulate into mastery. Mistakes are inevitable, but when approached with curiosity, reflection, and adaptation, they become opportunities rather than setbacks. Each minor failure teaches resilience, patience, and perspective, transforming obstacles into stepping stones. Similarly, physical and mental health is a foundation that supports unstoppable momentum. Simple actions such as walking for 20 minutes, stretching, performing a short exercise routine, or practicing deep breathing reinforce discipline, energy, and focus. Making slightly better nutritional choices, drinking enough water, and maintaining consistent sleep patterns strengthen the mind and body. When energy levels are high and mental clarity is sharp, pursuing goals becomes not just possible but sustainable and joyful. Mental resilience is cultivated through daily practices like positive self-talk, reframing challenges, reflecting on victories and failures, and practicing gratitude. Gradually stepping out of your comfort zone, even in small ways, trains courage, strengthens adaptability, and diminishes fear. Obstacles become lessons, discomfort becomes a teacher, and challenges become opportunities to grow stronger. Gratitude is a deceptively simple habit with profound impact. Taking a few moments each day to acknowledge what you are thankful for, whether through journaling, silent reflection, or sharing appreciation with others, shifts the brain to focus on abundance rather than scarcity. This mindset fuels optimism, emotional stability, and sustained motivation motivation, making it easier to face challenges with confidence. Time management is another habit that separates unstoppable people from those who drift through life. Planning the day, identifying top priorities, batching tasks, and minimizing distractions ensures that each minute is spent purposefully. Even minor adjustments, such as using a timer for focused work, taking short breaks to recharge, or consciously avoiding unnecessary social media scrolling, compound over days and weeks into major gains in productivity. Surrounding oneself with positivity further amplifies every other habit. The people, environments, and media we engage with influence energy and mindset more than we often realize. Choosing supportive, inspiring individuals, seeking mentorship, and limiting exposure to negativity creates an ecosystem conducive to growth. Even brief interactions with mentors or role models, sharing encouragement, or learning from the experiences of others spark momentum and open opportunities that may have seemed invisible before. Achieving big goals requires breaking them into manageable daily steps. Micro actions performed consistently build momentum that grows exponentially. Whether writing a paragraph, practicing a skill, making a call, or learning something new, these small efforts accumulate into unstoppable progress. Tracking progress, celebrating minor victories, and maintaining consistency, even when results are slow to appear, ensures that momentum is preserved. Mindfulness and focus enhance these efforts. Meditation, single tasking, or intentionally disconnecting from digital distractions restores clarity, sharpens attention, and ensures energy is applied deliberately. Mindfulness transforms routine actions into powerful steps toward growth, making every habit more effective. Generosity and service to others strengthen purpose and fulfillment. Acts of kindness, mentoring, volunteering, or simply supporting those around you create positive energy that benefits both others and yourself. Small gestures repeated consistently ripple outward, reinforcing resilience, motivation, and the unstoppable mindset. Reflection and adjustment are vital components of sustained progress. Regular review, whether daily or weekly, allows evaluation of what is working, identification of areas for improvement, and small course corrections before issues compound. Celebrating even minor accomplishments reinforces momentum and builds self-belief. Over time, the cumulative effect of these habits, waking early, learning daily, prioritizing health, cultivating resilience, practicing gratitude, managing time, surrounding yourself with positivity, taking daily micro actions, practicing mindfulness, giving back, and reflecting consistently creates unstoppable momentum. Ordinary routines executed consistently with intention become the engine for extraordinary growth, energy, and personal transformation. Each small action compounds with others, producing results far beyond what seems possible in the moment. The journey to becoming unstoppable begins with one small habit repeated daily. Starting today, committing to a single action and layering habits over time generates momentum that becomes self-sustaining. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. Actions that once felt insignificant gradually transform into a pattern of growth, mastery, and achievement. Even when progress is invisible, each choice contributes to mindset, skill, resilience, and identity, shaping you into someone capable of overcoming challenges and achieving extraordinary outcomes. Small habits are deceptively powerful. Individually, they may appear minor, but together they form a force that transforms ordinary life into exceptional achievement. They create energy, focus, confidence, and capability that sporadic efforts or bursts of motivation cannot produce. By embracing small habits, maintaining discipline, nurturing health, learning relentlessly, practicing mindfulness, giving back, and reflecting consistently, anyone can cultivate unstoppable momentum. Compounding over time, these small, deliberate actions generate results far greater than talent, luck, or occasional inspiration. Each day, the small choices we make about time, learning, focus, relationships, and self-care shape the trajectory of our lives. Over months and years, these decisions accumulate into mastery, confidence, and unstoppable momentum, creating a life of extraordinary achievement. The power of small habits lies in their accessibility. They do not require wealth, extraordinary circumstances, or innate talent. All that is required is awareness, intention, and consistency. The results may not be immediate, but the compounding effect is relentless. Starting with one small habit today and consistently adding more sets into motion forces that eventually make extraordinary achievement inevitable. Becoming unstoppable is not about perfection. It is about persistence, reflection, and incremental improvement. Small daily improvements across mindset, knowledge, health, relationships, and discipline compound into mastery and momentum. Every habit reinforces the others, every action strengthens the next, and the cumulative impact produces a life that once seemed unreachable. It is through repeated, intentional actions that true transformation occurs. By embracing this process, anyone can harness the power of small habits to create relentless energy, progress, and fulfillment. Small habits are the engine of unstoppable success, allowing ordinary individuals to achieve extraordinary outcomes, overcome obstacles, master challenges, and turn dreams into reality. By committing to small, daily steps, maintaining focus and awareness, and layering actions over time, the unstoppable life becomes not only possible, but inevitable. The journey requires patience, discipline, and faith in the process, but the compounding impact of small habits creates results far greater than any single effort or burst of inspiration ever could. Each day, even minor decisions about how to spend your time, what to learn, how to treat others, and how to care for your mind and body shape your trajectory. Over time, these choices compound, forming the foundation for unstoppable growth. By starting small, being consistent, and progressively expanding your habits, you unlock energy, focus, resilience, and mastery that create unstoppable momentum. The power of small habits lies in their simplicity, accessibility, and compounding effect. Each action, repeated consistently, strengthens character, sharpens skills, and builds confidence. With patience, consistency, and intentionality, extraordinary outcomes become inevitable. Small daily actions may seem unimportant, but over time they accumulate to create life-changing transformations. Discipline, awareness, and persistence turn these actions into habits, and habits into unstoppable momentum, making dreams achievable, challenges manageable, and potential limitless. By committing to growth, health, mindfulness, service, learning, and reflection, anyone can cultivate unstoppable momentum, a force that carries them toward their highest potential, creating a life that is not only successful but also meaningful, fulfilling, and extraordinary. The compounding power of small habits proves that extraordinary transformation does not require giant leaps. It requires persistent, deliberate, and consistent daily actions. Each day is an opportunity to reinforce momentum, strengthen habits, and move closer to your goals. By embracing this approach, even the smallest choices become powerful catalysts, turning ordinary life into a journey of unstoppable achievement, growth, and fulfillment. Over time, these small actions accumulate to produce unstoppable results, and the life you envision becomes not just possible, but inevitable. Small habits, compounded through consistency, discipline, and awareness, are the foundation of an unstoppable life. They transform mindset, energy, and ability, proving that anyone, through small, deliberate steps, can achieve extraordinary success, mastery, and fulfillment. The journey is continuous, the effort consistent, and the rewards compounding, demonstrating that even the tiniest actions, when repeated daily with intention and focus, hold the power to create unstoppable momentum, transforming potential into extraordinary reality.